What is up YouTube, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Back Battles. To date, we're using the Reshiram team once again with Reshiram, Tapu Lele, Groudon, Venusaur, Scrafty, and Stakataka. Let's get started and play some games. Of course, if you are enjoying these videos and you do want to show your support, as well as the fact that if you want to see a potential QR code of this team, be sure to hit that like button down below. 175 likes is that like goal for this video and all the other videos we use this team. And if we get it within 2 weeks of the final episode being uploaded, we will have a QR code of this team on a global link for everyone to try out. Otherwise, there is a placement of this team down below in the description you can try out. But our first opponent, XY, with Tapu Fini, Arcanine, Raichu, Amoonguss, and Xerneas Yveltal. Stakataka is actually really good against my opponent's team. Like, it's really good against my opponent's team. What are my... I wonder where the Z-move is on my opponent's side. Is it on the Raichu? The Arcanine? Don't tell me it's Voltarium Fini. Don't tell me it's Z-move Xerneas either. So I could see two different ways I approach this. I could go my Lele Reshiram mode. I could see that actually working because Magic Room is actually pretty good in this matchup, because getting rid of all the items that my opponent has could be pretty useful. The other mode is my Stakataka mode. Stakataka with Scrafty with Groudon and Reshiram also seems pretty solid here, as yeah, my opponent doesn't exactly have the best answers to deal with Stakataka other than maybe the Arcanine. So I think I'll go Stakataka with Scrafty as a lead. I just don't see really good Stakataka answers on this team. The only thing I can really see it is a Z-move Raichu or Fini, and then the Arcanine with close combat. I have Groudon, Reshiram in the back because they put on the most offense against my opponent's team. We'll see how this goes. Not exactly too sure about this matchup, but hoping that Stakataka can put in a ton of work, because I think Stakataka is a Pokemon that does have the most potential to win this matchup. So what's nice is if Fini's the Z-move, I do have a Groudon as the switch in, so it won't be doing as much to my Stakataka. And leading the Scrafty here I think is very solid, because I think Yveltal might lead here. Yeah, Yveltal Fini. Alright, the question is, do I want to go for the Trick Room? Do I want to go for a Rock Slide? Or, like, what do I want to do here? Yveltal's faster. Fini gets a Misty Surge up. Is it a Seed on Yveltal? No, it's a Seed on Fini, actually. Okay. Get intimidated off onto the Fini and the Yveltal. I kind of just want to go for a Gyro Ball immediately. Dealing with Fini is definitely useful. Both of these Pokemon aren't very known to carry Protect. Well, Yveltal does if it's not Assault Vest, or if it's not a Seed. And since the Fini's a Seed, I think Gyro Ball and the Fini is safe. And a Fake Out into the Fini as well. Yeah, I like that. Just getting the damage on Fini so I don't have to worry about Heal Pulse shenanigans later in the game, because Heal Pulse could be really annoying. Also, Nature's Madness and a Moonblast are very threatening here, so I'd rather get rid of the Fini. Of course, the problem is if I do get my goggles knocked off. Oh yeah, I did forget about that option. If you knock off my goggles, which is a smart play, Amoonguss is going to be really annoying for my team to deal with. But since he's out of the Misty Surge, I guess I'm not really too worried about that. We get a good amount of damage on the Fini. I think I want to go Groudon here. And I think I actually want to double switch because I kind of want to get Reshiram in too. Yeah, I think that's fine. Getting Reshiram in is pretty solid. I can go for like a Precipice Blades and Tailwind. I don't even have to Tailwind actually. Like, there are so many plays that I can do here. The problem is what's in the back. I'm guessing it would be Arcanine. I think it's either you led this wanting to set up for the Amoonguss plus the you want to lead this to set up for your Amoonguss plus the Xerneas, or your... Okay, so Arcanine's in the back, yeah. This works out beautifully for me because I'm potentially just get a Z-move off into the Yveltal and just able to threaten a knockout. I could Tailwind too. I don't think Tailwind's like the worst play that I could do here. And I get to preserve my Scrafty, and I could always switch it in later. So yeah, this is looking pretty good, as Reshiram is going to take the field. And we will be able to also get our Groudon in. I don't know if you knock off again, or maybe I Foul Play. Foul Play shouldn't be doing too much anyway to my Groudon. but I might have to switch out my Groudon into Scrafty just so I don't take too much damage here. I also wonder to see if Balto carries Snarl. We saw knockoff. Let's see its other move. Just a knockoff again. Okay. Into the Reshiram, but we... Oh, why do you have to crit me? That sucks. You were -1 and I had no item. Well, that's annoying. I mean, I don't see a switch into Precipice Blades, and problem is I don't know if you knock out Reshiram now. That's frustrating. Because if you're foul play, you might knock me out, but I think I might as well just go for the... I guess I could go out into Scrafty, but I don't like that position. I really don't like that position. If Arcanine switches out, I'd rather just risk the Z move right here, and if I can get any Yveltal and knock it out, that's great for me. I don't think Amoonguss is in this game, so that's nice. We're going to see the Arcanine Protect. Okay. I don't want a Source Dance either against this Yveltal because that's annoying as well. Looks like we're just going to see Darkium, so... That's so frustrating, man. That's so frustrating. Literally, the crit's annoying, but I was thinking of going to Scrafty and just going for the attack with Reshiram, because I'm pretty sure I would have lived this with Reshiram if he didn't get crit the first time. But it's in a Groudon. What? That's not gonna knock out. Aren't you -1 with the Scrafty too? So that's an interesting... Okay, that's not what I expected at all. So I'm going to be able to knock out the Yveltal, which is actually pretty solid for me. If I can knock out the Arcanine, I feel very solid about Stack Attacker winning this game. So we'll knock out the Yveltal. Yeah, because there's no way you're living Inferno Overdrive in the sun. Yeah, so we knock out Yveltal. Precipice Blades will go into the Protect. Does Xerneas come out? No, Feeny comes out. I could Tailwind here. I could also go out in a Scrafty. Huh. This kind of gave me some room. I think I can just go for the Precipice Blades and go on a Scrafty here for the Intimidate. I don't think Flare Blitz will be able to knock out. Unless you have, unless you're a slow Arcanine and you go for Self Swagger, I guess, but... I am not sure about the Feeny coming out. Is there no Xerneas in the back is the question that I have. So I'll go Scrafty here, 100%. Again, Intimidate off into the Arcanine. I'll have a Flare Blitz in the sun, I think. Unless you're Life Orb, I guess. We saw the Z move on the... Okay, Icy Wind. So it's not Nature's Madness. Actually, if you Nature's Madness, that would have been bad, but Icy Wind is fine. So... Not really doing too much damage to my Groudon. I don't know if Flare Blitz will actually knock out after that. It might. Flare Blitz gonna come out. Does go into Groudon. Does knock out my Groudon. So I guess I could get Stack Attacker in now. And Trick Room and Fake Out. Oh, it is Life Orb on Arcanine. Okay. Always go Stack Attacker, Fake Out the Arcanine, and Trick Room. Feeny, unless it has Taunt, like that's the only Feeny I'm actually really scared of is Taunt Feeny. I should be fine. I don't really mind if Scrafty gets Moonblasted. I don't mind that Nature's Madness if I get Trick Room up because I set my conditions for if you set up Trick Room, I should be fine. As long as Xerneas is in the back like I'm anticipating, we're gonna see Feeny Protect here. I always fake out the Arcanine. Maybe my opponent was hoping, hope that this guy doesn't know close combat is a thing on Arcanine. I know it's a thing on Arcanine. So, we will get Trick Room up. And now we can just click Rock Slide and knock off. And just hope that Rock Slide actually connects with the Arcanine. So, we'll click Rock Slide here. I don't know if we knock out the Feeny. Probably not. But even then, we should be fine. We'll go for the Rock Slide and knock off. As... my opponent probably just going for the miss at that point. We are able to connect. We do knock out the Arcanine, which is nice. Maybe I should knock out the Feeny. Oh, I didn't know if Rockslide would actually just knock out the Arcanine. I'm assuming it's a Frail variant either way. But maybe I should target the Feeny, assuming the Frail variant on Arcanine. But yeah, we're just able to get the knockoff in the Feeny. And that's going to be, I think, a good game. I don't see a Pokemon that really beats Stack Attacker right now. I just don't. What's your answer to Stack Attacker? Yeah, it is Xerneas in the back, so yeah, there is pretty much zero chance that my opponent has a way to come back in this matchup. I just get to click Gyro Ball a bunch of times, and even if you stall out the Gyro Ball, I think I'm gonna find position regardless. I'm just gonna go out in a Reshiram here in Gyro Ball. The reason I'm gonna do that play is because if you are able to get, let's say, a triple protect here, I can go out and scrafting the last turn of Trick Room, fake out Gyro Ball, even either quadruple protect or something. I could even stop Trick Room again. So yeah, we are able to pick up a win, which is nice to kick things off for the first battle of today's episode. I think overall it was just getting okay. That knockoff was actually super scary because if it was a Mungus in the back, I was a bit concerned because then I could actually lose the game. But since my opponent had the Arcanine, which is kind of what I expected because I didn't really see good ways to handle Sakataka immediately, I felt like I was okay with just going for a going for the attack right there in the Feeny, weakening the Feeny, just ignoring the Heal Pulse option because Heal Pulse is super annoying with Feeny, especially with all these bulky restricteds like the Xerneas and the Yveltal, especially Yveltal because I don't have the best way to one-hit KO it. I did one-hit KO it though with the Inferno Overdrive, but that's after I found out it was a Darkium set. Could have been a very different game though, especially if my opponent targeted down the Reshiram instead of the Groudon. I still am actually really shocked that my opponent targeted down Groudon, since Groudon I don't think was the biggest threat, although it was the biggest threat to Arcanine. The crit also really did suck, I will say that, because it did made me change to more aggressive, and yeah, ignoring the Darkium Z option was definitely just a bad play on my part. Yeah, I was just hoping that the idea of getting Reshiram was like being able to threaten the Yveltal with a Firium Z in the sun, and also would be able to switch back into Scrafty for the Intimidate. But since the crit happened, I couldn't exactly save Reshiram no matter what, so I just went for okay, if I lose Reshiram, I pretty much lose Reshiram. There's not much value in protecting. I'd rather just attack there. So that's what I was thinking while making that play, because yeah, the game plan had to change with that crit. But otherwise, it's taking a while to find our second game, so we'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got our next player from Japan. I think we play this guy a lot actually. We have a Xerneas team with Xerneas, Kyogre, Smeargle, Talonflame, Tapu Koko, and Incineroar. This is scary for sure. This is scary. I think what I want to bring is the Reshiram, Tapu Lele, Groudon, Venusaur. Where do I expect the Z move? Do I expect the Z move on the Koko or Kyogre or the Talonflame? Probably I would assume Talonflame. I know I played my opponent in the past before. I can't remember if it was like an Assault Vest Tapu Koko because I don't remember if I played him with this team. I think I played him with an Assault Vest Tapu Koko before. Let's go Reshiram, Tapu Lele, Venusaur, and Groudon in the back is definitely super solid here. Yeah, because Sakataka is not really good in this match. It's pretty good as long as I don't have to deal with a Kyogre. But you know the Kyogre is coming. It has to come. I also could see Smeargle Xerneas lead because the fact my opponent doesn't have the best ideas for Sakataka plus Groudon other than Lovely Kissing It, or maybe Elite Tapu Koko here. Let's see what my opponent decides to do though. I would really love to get a Magic Room up potentially, because it'd get rid of the Scarf on Kyogre potentially. You'd be able to get rid of the Power Herb on the Xerneas, which is pretty effective. Let's see what my opponent decides to do. It also gets rid of Focus Action Smeargle, which is also pretty big. We will lead our Reshiram plus Tapu Lele. Let's see what my opponent decides to lead here. It's going to be the Xerneas Smeargle. Yep, just as anticipated. So you can't fake out, which is really nice here. And so I guess they're just gonna go up. Is Xerneas Barrier? Okay. I just don't know if Heat Wave knocks out Smeargle in one hit. If it does, I'm in a great position. If not, it's kind of awkward. Because I do want... I guess I could go for Blue Flare. The problem with going for Blue Flare is... I don't want to go. I feel like Reshiram doesn't actually knock out Smeargle. I'd rather go for the blue flare and the magic room. Yeah, I'd rather get the magic room up. But Smeargle just spiky shields, okay. So we will magic room. Let's see if you do Geomancy. You could also just go for the Moonblast, which would be a really smart play here. Yeah, really smart play on my opponent's side. I really want to avoid a potential. Oh, that did so much damage. That's not a good start. I also lost my sash on my. Oh, that's a really bad start. He had to get the speed boost right off the bat. That was a really good play on my opponent's side. At least you can't really set up Geomancy for free. You could go for Moonblast, but I think that's fine. I think I'm gonna go Venusaur here. Should be able to knock out the Smeargle with Side Shock, but I'm in the dread of a Spore Lovely Kiss, which is not good. I think I'm just gonna go for the Side Shock regardless. I don't know if you switch out an Incineroar here. You could potentially, but I need to target down the Smeargle right here. That's frustrating. That was like the worst turn that could have happened. I guess maybe I should have went for the Heat Wave because at least I got damage in the Xerneas, and damage in the Xerneas is always welcomed. At least my opponent didn't Geomancy too, because he would have been guaranteed a Geomancy and a Follow Me the following turn. We are going to see the Smeargle retreat into the Kyogre, so that's actually pretty good for me. I get damage on the Kyogre. That's super welcomed. Okay. That is super welcomed. Next, I could go Groudon here and the Sludge Bomb the Xerneas. Let's see who you Moonblast here. It's going to be a Moonblast. I think Lele is going to be the target this time. Yeah, good play. Oh man, the special attack drop too. This game's not going my way. Side Shot going to come out into the Kyogre, but oh, I got crit. Okay. All right, I guess I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. That puts us in a great spot now. Okay. Luck for luck. Although that one really mattered, where if you didn't get the special attack drop and I didn't get a crit, Kyogre probably would have survived. That works out though in my favor, and I definitely need that to get back in the game. So my opponent loses the Weather War immediately. Let's see if Talonflame's in the back though, because Talonflame makes this interesting. Actually, a free switch into Talonflame is really bad for me because you get a Gleam plus Flare Blitz off. Do I have a counterplay? I don't think I do. But it's Incineroar in the back. Okay. I don't have a Sash. I think it's just better for Venus. Venusaur should take one Flare Blitz in the sun. One Flare Blitz in the rain. So I think I should be fine with that. I think it's better just to go for the free switch anyway. So I'm just going to go for the Sludge Bomb. And a Moonblast into the Xerneas slot. And I think that is a better play. I don't think I need Lele. I think a Gleam into Flare Blitz. I don't think that will knock out Venusaur, but we'll see here. It's actually just another Moonblast, so Lele? Oh, targeting Venusaur, so you're hoping that it knocks out my Venusaur. Which we'll see. Moonblast's gonna come out into the Xerneas. It's a special attack drop. Gonna get Sludge Bomb off into the Xerneas. It does pick up the knockout, so we should have this game sealed up. I think Groudon now wins. It's a knockoff though. And a Venusaur. Doesn't even knock out. Okay, that was actually pretty big. So we are able to survive the knockoff, which I don't know if it does more damage than Flare Blitz in the rain. I feel like I can't really remember that calc, but it might. Smeargle comes out. I mean, I can still theoretically definitely choke this game away. There's 2 turns of Magic Room left. I think I just Side Shock the Smeargle and go for a Sludge Bomb in the Incineroar. A bit of damage in the Incineroar just puts it in range of the Groudon. Is it possible for me to lose? If I just miss a bunch of blades, I think. We're going to see Spiky Shield, which is fine. I do get the Sludge Bomb off into the Incineroar, and that guarantees puts it in the range I want it to be. Sludge Bomb will come out into the Incineroar. Knockoff going to come out once again. Going to target down my Lele this time. So Lele is going to be the one going down. Gets rid of my Choice Scarf, Smeargle Moody, Evasion this time, but luckily I do have a Z move this time, and Speed Falls, which is actually pretty nice. So we'll go Reshiram here, we'll Z move into the Smeargle because we don't want to mess with that Smeargle. Flare Blitz crit shouldn't knock out Groudon, especially since I'm a bulky Groudon, so this should be a very safe play as long as I don't get Flare Blitz burned, but even then, like, I don't know, I get a few attacks off an Incineroar, so I should still be good. We'll go for the Inferno Overdrive into Smeargle. Hope that we can, I don't know, will it knock out or protect? I don't think it does, but that'd be really nice if it did. We'll go on to Groudon here. Bring out the sun. And yeah, we'll see how this goes, because we should be able to knock out the Smeargle here. As it goes for Follow Me, which is perfect because I was starting the Smeargle anyway. And since you don't have your Focus Sash due to the Magic Room, this is going to be really good. So, here we go. Oh, all this damage to Smeargle. It just wants to live its life as an artist. We will go for the Blue Flare. Well, Inferno Overdrive based on Blue Flare. This will be able to knock out Smeargle. And again, I don't think Flare Blitz crit knocks out Groudon. And even if it does put me in the range, I should activate my berry here because Magic Room's about to end. So, knock out Smeargle. Let's see. Oh, it's a knockoff. Okay, getting rid of my berry. Yeah. Also, for anyone who is new to how Magic Room works and how knockoff works, yes, you still get the same base power no matter what with knockoff if you're knocking off an item. Magic Room does not negate that. I've had some people who actually thought that knockoff's damage output is reduced while in Magic Room knocking off an item. No, it's still the same. I'd rather go for guaranteed damage than... This is not guaranteed, but Rock Tomb's more accurate than Precipice Blades. A Blue Flare and a Rock Tomb should finish it off. And yeah, we do miss the first one. We get a Rock Tomb off. Well, you have the Flare Blitz here. This game's going for knockoff though, but targets my Reshiram, okay. I think Blue Flare should still knock it out. Yeah. I'm curious if this Incineroar doesn't have Flare Blitz because it never clicked Flare Blitz. It just never clicked Flare Blitz. Does it not have Flare Blitz? I feel like it should. Definitely not the cleanest scheme though. My opponent played super well the turn 1 and the turn 2. Definitely got a bit lucky. Like it could have been unlucky position because like the Moonblast special attack drop was kind of annoying because like without that special attack drop, I'm pretty sure like I put the Kyogre into range of Precipice Blades. But since that did happen, the fact was I was just able to get that knockout Kyogre just meant I won the Weather Ore. So yeah, not which definitely swing the momentum into my favor immensely. But yeah. We were able to pick up that win. Not exactly the cleanest win, but let's see if we can get one last win. 1671 rated player from Japan as our third opponent. Bring a Yveltal team with Groudon, Stack Attack, Tapu Fini, and Incineroar. So pretty much the standard team except Tapu Fini over the Tapu Koko, which I kind of like actually. What did I bring against the Yveltal? I think it was Scrafty, Reshiram, Venusaur plus the... Yeah, I led Reshiram, Scrafty, Groudon, Venusaur. What do I want to go here? Probably just go with the same lead. Yeah, I think it's a fine lead. I'm just super worried about Sleep Powder because Sleep Powder is the main... Maybe it's a Hidden Power Fire Venusaur though because the fact that my opponent doesn't exactly have the best Kartana matchup. I know you got the Yveltal and Incineroar. I don't know. You might not have Sleep Powder just because you have a Fini on the team, but I can't exactly say for certain. Of course, you do run Sleep Powder on the Tapu Koko teams as well. So, let's see here. I think the big threat, again, if I can knock out the Yveltal, that's amazing for my own Groudon. My Groudon can do a lot of damage to my opponent's team, so definitely Yveltal is a priority if I can get rid of it. I also don't know what kind of the Yveltal is. Probably an Assault Vest one, or maybe a Seed variant one. Could be a Seed variant this time. We're gonna see the Fini Yveltal lead. Ooh, that's a good note. The Yveltal's actually faster than my Reshiram. Misty Surge gonna activate. Let's see if it's a seed variant or not. Nope. Okay. So I think Groudon and a Z move is very, very tempting here. I am kind of annoyed about this Feeny because since this it's a Feeny, it most likely carries Moonblast, so my Scrafty's not exactly a safe switch in. How much do I need Venusaur? I don't need Venusaur too much in this game. I'm willing to risk it right here by going for a Sleep Powder and a Yveltal, because if it's like a Snarl variant, it can go for Snarl right here, which is definitely threatening. We're gonna see the Feeny retreat too into the Incineroar. Okay, this could work out very beautifully for me if I connect the Sleep Powder. I think a Snarl is coming out, which is why I'm going for this play here, because I didn't want to catch a Snarl the following turn. So we'll protect Reshiram here. I also don't need my Sash too much on the Venusaur. Yeah, it's a Snarl, okay. So I got this position. If we hit Sleep Powder, we're in a super solid spot. And if we don't, we're kind of in an awkward spot. Okay, nice. I didn't want to go for Sleep Powder, but it was like, I don't think there's really any... There wasn't really too much risk to it, I feel like. At the worst, I'm taking maybe Icy Wind Snarl, or maybe the Venusaur gets knocked out to like Icy Wind Oblivion Wing, but I don't think Oblivion Wing turn 1. So that works out in my favor. I can go out into my... I think I just Tailwind here. Yeah, I always Tailwind here. Go hard into the Scrafty. Yeah, go into Scrafty, get a Tailwind up. And then... there are quite a few things I can do the following turn. Because you're most likely just going to fake out the Reshiram slot and burn a turn of sleep. Or you're not, which works out in my favor. I'm able to get Tailwind up. Are you Snarl and Incineroar too? Or are you just going to go for the Flare Blitz and a Venusaur? Or a U-turn potentially. It's just a Flare Blitz though, which actually works out better in my favor. Because I got the Tailwind up, which is really solid here. Now, I could go for the Z move. I could go for knockoff. There are quite a few things I could go for. I could also go for Blue Flare low. I kind of just want to go for a Blue Flare and knockoff into the Yveltal. Again, I'm not really too worried about the Incineroar, and if I can get rid of the Yveltal, that's really nice. So I think I am actually going to go for that knockoff and Blue Flare, because I could get Groudon in the following few turns. So we'll see. The Incineroar's going to switch out, probably Feeny coming back in. Yeah. No surprise there. But if I can get rid of Assault Vest on Yveltal, if it is an Assault Vest max speed variant, that's really good for me. So we'll get a Blue Flare off. Could do a lot. Yeah, that's Assault Vest. It's max speed Assault Vest. A knockoff going to come out into the Yveltal. Doing a really solid amount, actually. And Yveltal's still asleep, which is fantastic, because now I can go for the Heat Wave here and switch out into my Groudon, and that should be able to knock out the Yveltal, while getting a decent amount of Feeny to put in Sludge Bomb range. So I'm really happy about how these turns have played out. Looks like the Sleep Powder was definitely worth the risk turn 1. As we're going to switch out to Scrafty, go on to Groudon. This definitely works out in our favor. Yeah, this definitely works. So we'll see... Yveltal actually switch out. Is that Incineroar? Yeah, good play on my opponent's side. You hope that Yveltal could probably wake up the following turn. You're risking the 3-turn sleep, but it gives you a better chance. Also, you don't take too much damage with Incineroar. This Heat Wave is going to come out into both my opponent's Pokemon. Should do a decent amount of damage. Nice amount of damage, actually. Did a bit less to the Feeny than I thought, as Icy Wind is going to come out. Which is fine, because now I get to click Heat Wave into Precipice Blades, and I don't really see that much of a drawback. Yeah, I don't see much of a drawback by clicking Heat Wave into Precipice Blades here. I could also go for Swords Dance, but with Yveltal, that could potentially have foul play. Definitely not worth the risk. We go for Precipice Blades and Heat Wave, always. So, no Protects either. Incineroar avoids, unfortunate, because Precipice Blades probably would have been able to knock out the Incineroar after that Heat Wave damage, but not the worst case. It will activate a Berry though, and that means Incineroar gets an attack off and might get to stay around on the field for longer. Yeah, as like Heat Wave would have been able to. But again, I'm not really like complaining too much. It is a low accuracy team as well, and the fact that we hit the Sleep Powder was very fortunate already. We're gonna see another Icy Wind come out, which is gonna lower the speed of both my Pokemon once again. So we saw Icy Wind. Thankfully, my opponent can never really heal pulse into their Yveltal, which is like super solid. And U-turn? Yeah. U-turn. I don't know who's coming out though. If it's Yveltal, what? I don't think it'd be Yveltal. Who would come out here? It is Yveltal actually. Is this the last turn of Tailwind? I don't think it is. Actually, it might be the last turn of Tailwind. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. It's a smart play on my opponent's side. I mean, we knocked out the Assault Vest. We could go for a Z move. The question is, do I want to go for the Z move? Because again, I was thinking of saving that Z move for the Groudon. But that might not be the worst idea. We'll go for the Blue Flare, I think, into the Yveltal. And if we do knock it out, I'm going to try to Swords Dance up. Alright, wakes up. Goes for the Snarl. Oh, wait, Snarl? I don't know, it's still in Sun though, and you don't have an Assault Vest. You're max speed, so you don't have too much investment. I don't know if this knocks out. We'll find out. It is a heal pulse though. No surprise. So let's see. Also, I can't tell if this Feeny might have Haze. It could have Haze. We'll go for the Z. If we knock out the Yveltal, that's puts us in a good spot. Maybe I should have doubled up with Rock Tomb, but I was worried about if I doubled up with Rock Tomb and I knocked out the Yveltal with Inferno Overdrive, I activate Feeny's Berry by accident. Which is kind of what I don't want to do right here, which is why I tried to Swords Dance. So let's see. Inferno Overdrive. Oh, that did a lot less than I thought. We do go for the Swords Dance. On the positive note, we should knock out the Feeny with Precipice Blades? Yeah, we're at +1, but the problem is you can foul play, I guess. I think I go for the Blue Flare here in the Yveltal. The question is, do you foul play or do you go for a Snarl once again? I could see Snarl once again too. I kind of want to go for a Rock Tomb here actually in the Yveltal and try to pick up that knock on Yveltal. As we're going to see Knockoff actually come out into the Groudon. Which I'll live. I should live in Icy Wind too, so that's good. But it's a heal pulse once again. Alright. Again, I kind of missed out a lot by not going for the Rock Tomb earlier, but I think we're still fine. We do connect with our Blue Flare, so if Rock Tomb connects, we should be fine regardless. And we don't activate the Berry, which is like an important part. Get the Rock Tomb off into the Yveltal. Then a Groudon comes out. I think this game gets really interesting, because I think it's going to come down to, do you go for Precipice Blades or if you go for like something like Swords Dance? Because Groudon's coming out. The question is, will I have many turns of Sun left? No, that's pretty bad actually. Swords Dance was definitely a mistake. I needed Sun up too. We go Scrafty here. Protect our Groudon. Oh, it really comes down to, I think, Swords Dance. As we're actually going to see the switch off into Incineroar. Which works in my favor, I think. Because if my Scrafty's faster than the Incineroar, I can fake out the Groudon and switch out into my Reshiram. And then I could go for a Blue Flare attempt. So this might not be that bad. Bring out the Scrafty here. And protect our Groudon. Let's see. Are you gonna go for Precipice Blades? Yeah, just Precipice Blades. Okay, that's good. Bandage shouldn't knock out Scrafty. It's not Banded. Okay, that's definitely, I think, a Spadef on the Groudon. So we'll go for Fake Out into the Groudon right here, and we'll definitely go hard Reshiram. We need the Sun up. I don't even know who you Fake Out. I think you might even try to. Would you Fake Out the Scrafty? It depends. Because normally Incineroar's faster, but you don't know for sure. I'll risk my Reshiram here. We'll go for the Fake Out since I am Eevee to outspeed most Incineroars. And we do get the Fake Out off first, so that's good. Yeah, okay, perfect. We did outspeed. And it was a Fake Out on the Groudon anyway, so not really a big deal. I I don't get the KO on Groudon. That's problematic though. So maybe the play is actually just to knock off the Groudon and protect our Reshiram. Yeah, I think I'm going to protect and knock off the Groudon just to try and guarantee to put in range of the blue flare switch in. Gonna go for Precious Blades. It will activate a berry, so that's good. I would have preferred that to hit because I could get knocked off with my Scrafty, but I guess not the worst again. U-turn gonna come out into the Reshiram slot though. Okay. I think I gotta rely on just hitting the blue flare. That's literally all I have to do. We will go for the blue flare here, and if we hit it, we should be able to win the game. Because I think blue flare will guarantee knock out the Groudon at that range, even if it's a special defensive variant. And I want to knock it out just in case it was like an Assault Vest Groudon, which was definitely something that I didn't anticipate on this team, but could have been a thing. Oh no, I know it was Assault Vest Battle. Never mind. I fought it. Okay, that was definitely not. Okay, we're gonna see Tapu Fini come out once again. Protect? No. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh well. If it doesn't knock out, we're still in a good shape, but yeah, it's a Groudon. I'm very sure that cost us the game now. That's unfortunate. The blue flare that we were trying to save up the game for, but that's what we had to do with this team. We'll go on a Venusaur, we'll go on a Scrafty. Is there a shot? Maybe there's a shot. I don't know. I think there's a shot if my opponent chokes. And by that choke, I think it's like switching out the Groudon into the Incineroar. Because that might give me an out. Yeah, so I'm going to Sludge Bomb low kick the Beanie slot. Okay, my opponent gave me a shot. Because I can't afford an Icy Wind to go off, and I need to get damage in Incineroar. If we activate the berry though, I can't remember if he activated the berry. We will get the knockout into the Fini. We'll go for the low kick here. I think we also have to hope on misses at this point. We might have to rely on misses. Low kick. Low kick looks like it knocks out the Venusaur. Incineroar. This looks super close. I think it's going to come down to... This is the thing I actually wanted my opponent to hit because I would have had a safe play, I think. Now it's going to be like I have to call what my opponent does, and I feel like it's Precipice Blades fake out the Venusaur. I think I live with both Pokemon. Potentially. It's scary. But I want to cover in case Groudon protects and Incineroar goes on the offense. I want to cover if you fake out the Scrafty and go for the grass. If you go for the Precipice Blades, because that will knock out my Scrafty guaranteed. Yeah, I'd rather go for the Grass Knot here. We're going to see fake out into the Venusaur. You Precipice Blades. Okay, you do Precipice Blades. I need both Pokemon to live here. Oh, my Scrafty survives, but my Venusaur didn't. I don't think we... if my opponent misses every single Precipice Blades, maybe, but I needed Venusaur to live too. And I think it was still the play to attack with Venusaur because of the fact if my opponent faked out the Scrafty, like, and Precipice Blades, I lost the game. So it was a risk I could have taken if I activated my berry earlier, if my opponent hit the Precipice Blades earlier, but since my opponent didn't, it was not the play I could make that turn. Unfortunate for me. And yeah, my opponent's just going to go for the Fire Punch, so that's safe. So yeah, go for low kick. But yeah, even if I crit low kick, the game's going to be over regardless. So good game to my opponent. I definitely think I could have made a few turns. Like definitely Swords Dancing with Groudon was a huge mistake. It didn't even capitalize off from me. So going for the Rock Tomb was definitely safer. Even if I activated Berry on Fini, it might have been more beneficial anyway. And yeah, I think that was just the biggest mistake I made this game. Otherwise, I think overall, like, yeah, it was just like moves missing and hitting because I actually really want my opponent to hit the Precipice Blades into my Scrafty, and it kind of feels weird to say that, but like if my opponent hit that Precipice Blades on my Scrafty, I activated the berry earlier, which means I would have been just able to protect and go for a low kick, and there would have been no drawback to that play. Because even if you double up the Scrafty slot, you don't pick up the knockout. So that was the one negative, where if you fake out Precipice Blades the Scrafty slot, I might just lose Scrafty there because I don't think Fake Out will activate my Berry, and yeah, then I'd be in a really bad spot because I don't think Sludge Bomb knocks out the Incineroar, and even then you could just Fire Punch Flare Blitz and get a knockout on a Venusaur. I would have had to predict a 50-50, but I feel like I could have easily lost. Like, I went for the chance that Press was placed and knock out the Venusaur compared to a double up in the Scrafty 100% loses me the game. Well, I guess you could have technically went for a Fake Out Fire Punch. It's like super risky if I just protect Venusaur and low kick the Incineroar on my opponent's side, and you would lose. So that's the main reason why I didn't think my opponent would make that play, because there was a good chance my opponent lost if that happened. But hope that everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, show some support. As well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and if you want to go that extra mile, there is my Patreon page link down below. You can check out the previous episodes as well as the current team pay spin down below in the description. As well as feel free to leave a comment down below as I do read them as well. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.